Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Tools of War by the Asylum. So this is a fog puzzle continuing our Fog of War theme week, and also Japanese sums with a little extra twist there. So I'm going to go over the rules very carefully for you. So first, we do have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, meaning in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have Fog of War, which means every single one of these cells actually in this puzzle is covered in fog, meaning we don't get to see what's behind them. The way to reveal the fog is to place digits, place correct digits. So if I place a correct digit here, for example, it will reveal what's behind this cell, but also what's behind all the cells around it. Okay, in addition to that, we do have clues outside the grid. Some of them are numbers and some of them are letters. The ones that are letters correspond to a cage that you'll find in the grid. Cages will be like cells surrounded by dotted lines. And the letter, so the digits in the cage, when read left to right or up or top to bottom, are this represent the sum of the clue. So it's not the sum of the digits that are the letter. So for example, this C. Let's say we find a cage here that is labeled C, and we end up finding that the digits are 1, 6, right? What that would mean is that C is a 16 clue. And I'll go over what the clues mean. But you can see how like we have a 21 and a 15 and a 9. C in this case, if this was labeled C, would be a 16 clue. Okay. Now, what do those clues mean? Well, that's the Japanese sums part. So these give the contiguous run of shaded cells in order. So as an example, we have a 3 and an 8 here. So we'll have some run of cells, 1 or more cells that sum to 3, maybe a 1-2 pair. And then we'll have some run of cells that sum to 8, maybe 3, 5. Or we could just have a singular 8. And between the runs of cells, we must have at least one unshaded cell. So I can't do 1, 2, 8 like this, because these would all be shaded. I'm just going to use green for now to shade that. They'd all be shaded. These would be unshaded. I'll use purple for that. But the problem is we can't distinguish this. This is one run of shades, so this would actually add to 11. So in order to distinguish that, we must have an unshaded cell in between in order for it to be that we have a 3 and an 8 separately. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. That should do it. Those are the rules. I know it's a little complicated, but I'm sure you can handle it. There is a link in the description if you'd like to try it yourself. There's also a tracking sheet, which is very handy, which has all the links. And I'm going to get started right now. So clearly, there's going to be somewhere that we can actually find a digit. Now, we know that the sum of the digits 1 to 6 is 21. So I am going to use green for shaded right now. It is saying that in this puzzle, we're supposed to use gray to shade. I don't know how I'm going to shade gray on top of gray and then also have unshaded. So I'm going to use green for shaded and purple for unshaded. And then at the end, we'll just swap the colors so we can see the picture properly. So these are all shaded because we need to use all of the digits in the column in order to get to 21. Now, if these are all shaded, the first shaded digit in this row has to be a 1 because they're in order. Now, could the 1 go here? And the answer is no, because we need an unshaded cell in between the 1 and the C, meaning the C could not be any. The C has to be at least here or to the right is where the C is, because this is shaded. So we need an unshaded cell. So this is, and what I'm saying is the 1 can only use one cell. So we get our first digit, which is this 1 here. That reveals a bunch of stuff. Now this also has to be the 2, just by the nature of the same thing we were just talking about. This is shaded. These two are unshaded. Now we can't put a 1 in this box. So if we wanted to make this the 4 or this the 4, like this, right? We'd have to do 1 plus 3, but we can't use the 1 anymore in this box. So this has to be a 4, which means A is 4. So we have shaded 4 somewhere in this column, or things that add the 4. We know it's not here because we can't use the 1 or the 4. So this is unshaded. Also, we can't shade. The entire rest of this row is unshaded because we got the 4 done. B is a 2-digit number. C is a 2-digit number. Okay, and this is a 2. So we're not doing 32, right? The biggest sum we can do is 21, but this can't even be 21 because we already have these cells unshaded. So this has to be a 1, and C is 12. Okay, how do we get to 12? Well, we need to use at least 3 cells. because 6 plus 5 is only 11. So these are all shaded, and they add to 12 without the 1. So let's just think about this. These add to 13. To get to 21, we need 8. So these two add to 8. So these are not 1, 7. They could be 2, 6 or 3, 5. Now, B is a clue. This is unshaded, by the way, because next to the 2, we have to be unshaded. This 3, okay, let's just work our way down here, because I think that might be helpful. This has to be the 3. Because again, we can't do 1 plus 2. They're used up in the box. So this is the 3, and then around it has to be unshaded. This is 11. So again, 11 needs at least 3 cells. So even if I used this cell, I'd still need to use this cell. So this cell is always used, whether we go right all the way to 3 cells to the right, or we do these 3 cells, this cell ends up shaded. And that's part of a 2, which can only be a singular 2. And so then this has to be unshaded below it. D is a single digit, 6. No, it doesn't have to be 6, actually. What do we have left here? 5, 6? Okay, so this cannot be 5 plus 1, because 1 is already in the column. So this has to be the 6, and this is the 5. We got this whole column done. This can't be a 2 anymore. So we know that B is either 13, 15, or 16. 6, 5, 4 is the biggest this can be, which is 15. And B, I think B has to be all 3 of these. Yeah, this is all shaded. And it's B, because 13 cannot be done in 2 cells. 11 is the biggest in 2 cells. And we can't do 16 at all, because 6, 5, 4 is 15. All right, I'm getting there. The rest of this row is unshaded. This 11 is not done. It's only 7. So I need 4 more. I could put a singular 4 here. That would be perfectly fine. So I don't know that this grows further. Do we have E? We don't have E in the grid yet. 15. Okay, so 15 we need at least 3 cells, and it would be 6, 5, 4. So this is shaded. This is part of our 8. I guess I could have known that was part of our 8 anyway, if I had looked at it, because 8 needs 2 cells at least. Now I don't know if it goes left or right or both. We could be like 1, 2, 5, for example. Oh, 1 in this box has to go here. This is a pair, 3, 4. Maybe we should just do Sudoku. This can't be 3. This is 4, 5, 6. This can't be 4 though. This is 2, 5, 6. 13 or 15. Okay, actually let's look at the outies here. So this is B plus 2. So our outies, so B is either 13 or 15. So let's go through each case. 13 plus 2 is 15. And so then our outies to get to 21, from 15 to 21 is 6. So we'd have to be 1 plus 5. So I think it has to be that. Sorry, did I say 1 plus? Yeah, 1 plus 5. I think I typed the wrong number. Yeah, so 13, 15, we need 6 more. If this was 15 plus 2 is 17, from 17 to 21, 17 to 21, we would need 4, which would be 1 plus 3, but this cannot be a 3. There's a 3 in the box. So this actually has to be 13, and this has to be a 5. That's 6 and 4. That was neat logic. I like that. This is 6. So now these we know are 3, 4, 6. I guess we could have also said that these 3 cells were down here, and so these needed to add to either 13 or 15. I wonder if that would have been helpful. 1, 2, 5 here. So 1, 2, 5 does add to 8. So we just need all of these shaded for the 8. So what can we do here? We got the 6. We have a D. We have not revealed where D... Oh, D is 6. So, the 2 and the 5 being gone means we can't do 6 in 2 cells. So we can't do 6 in 3 cells because the 2 is gone. 1, 2, 3 is the only way to do it in 3 cells. In 2 cells, we'd be 1, 5 or 2, 4, but the 2 and the 5 are gone. So we actually just have a singular 6 over here that's shaded, and the rest are unshaded. Well, we know this. Do we know this? Well, we know this is not. Oh, so the 6 has to be over here. Can this be shaded and then we put the 6 here? Maybe. Because we have to get to 11. Sorry, these add to 7. Okay, so our options here are that we have, so this is 2 plus 5, which is 7. This could be a 4, which just finishes the 7. Or it could be a 3, and then we put a 1 here. and then that would be the 7, and then we'd have a 6 here. So our options are, these are shaded adding to 11, and then this is a 6 with this unshaded. Or these are shaded adding to 11, and then this is unshaded. We don't know what it is, but it's not a 6. So no matter what, this is not 6, I guess is the conclusion. We don't know what E adds to. What am I missing here? We know C. Oh yeah, we know C. C is 12. Okay, we haven't done this yet. Okay, so we can do the outies then. So 12 plus 1, so 12 plus 4 is 16. So to get to 21, we need 5. So this is 5 and 2. Nice. So now we know this is 2, 4, 6, and this is 1, 3, 5. Okay, now how does that help? Here we go. Okay, one thing we can say, this is actually going to be extremely helpful. This is a 9 clue. You can't do 9 in 4 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4 adds to 10. So this is it for the 9 clue. This has to be unshaded. Well, if it's unshaded, it's not our 6. This is our shaded 6. Nice. And then now this has to be unshaded to separate the clues, which makes this the 4, which is shaded. And this is the 3. Nice. All right. We're DT-dooting. So this is a 1-3 pair, and this is 2, 4, 5. Now, I guess we just have to do the math here on these clues. Maybe start with the 9. If we didn't use the 1, we'd have to be 2, 3, 4. So this would be 2, 3, 4, exactly like that. If we did use, so this can't be 5, I guess is the first clue. 2, 3, 5 is too big, so this is not a 5. That's my first deduction, I should say. Maybe it has to do with this 15. What's the biggest I could do? 6 plus 5 is 11. Maybe this has to be 5. Let's think about that first. The biggest I could do without this being 5 is, ooh, that actually works. This would be 2, 3, 4 is 9, plus 6 is 15. So I can omit the 5. Can this be a 1 though? 7, we need another 8. We can't do 8 here. We'd have to do 4 plus 4, and that doesn't work. So this can't be a 1 at the very least. We don't know what E is. You know, I bet we could think about, like, where is E actually? The biggest this can add to is 654, which is 15. I think that means this is a 50. Okay. We need E somewhere, and it has to be a double-digit number. Does it? You know it doesn't. We could do 1, 2, 3 as 6. And we just need one of these 6s to be our E. Okay, maybe we can't use that. 8, B. See, these already add correctly. So I got to think more about this 9, maybe. Maybe I can clean this 9 up more. So this is, if this is a 1, then these two add to 8. We could not use do 4, 4. We'd actually have to do 2, 6. The only, okay. So let's actually do this. This would be 2, 6. If this was a 1, this would be 2, 6. If this was a 2, we can't use a 1, so it would have to be 2, 3, 4, which would be 4 here, 3 here. Okay, so those are our two options there. One, 2, 6, or 1, 3, 4. I'm thinking about how it affects the column. I don't think it does. Wow, this is a sticky ending here. There must be something obvious I'm missing, right? Maybe I look at this again. So we know these add to 9. Okay, so these add to 9 and these add to 9. And there's no 1. Oh, well, that's easy then. I don't know why I didn't think about it that way. These add to 9 and there's no 1, so it has to be 2, 3, 4. So this can't be 5. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. And that makes this 2, 6, and 1. This is E. This has to be a 1. We're not adding to 50 something. That's 4 and 6. That's 5. We got 2, 5, and 4. We got 3 and 1, 3 and 5, and we're done. And let's just double check. E is 15. It is. Okay, I actually predicted it would be 15. Cool. Yeah, it just came down to this being 9 because we knew this was 6, so this added to 9. I don't know why I didn't think about it that way. I even sort of said that it just had to add to 9. I don't know, that's silly. Anyway, Really neat puzzle, the Asylum. I liked the combination of sort of the fog and the Japanese thumbs rules. What we're going to do is we're going to modify the picture here. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to make this gray as requested. And we get kind of like this sword and shield type picture. Neat. Tools of war. There you go. Sword and shield. Nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, then why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.